Now, in Picross S4, I'm taking a look at the puzzles 16 through 30 in the regular puzzle mode, and I'm just going to power through each one of them instead of making 16 individual videos. Yeah, I'm just going to blast them all through in the one go, and yeah, get them up together as one upload. Hopefully I'll be able to figure out how to divide that up. But yeah, if you've made use out of any of the bits and pieces on my channel, I do kind of want to kind of be more on here as not just a particular game YouTuber, say Asphalt, and also just as a gaming YouTuber in general. I've just kind of kicked off in the last month or so, though, so I'm still working out what works and what doesn't of the games that I enjoy, because yeah, I play quite a range of different titles. I'm just trying to say what content might be interesting, useful, and in some cases in any way streamable. But some of these Picross puzzle guides, because I have tons of them on my channel, some of these I record live as well over at Twitch TV, and yeah, like just export them across. Sometimes that doesn't work out so well with Twitch chat being odd, but yeah, if you follow me over on Twitch, you can join in on some of that being oddness. Hey, that's one down. First of many. It's a fried egg. Or a toaster oven. Oh, like a microwave. But yeah, I go through the kind of methodology in some of my later puzzles for the more difficult ones. But for these starting puzzles, I am just trying to power through them as fast as possible, using just the fundamentals, but yeah, sped up, like I said. Not that I've sped up these videos, but more so just that I'm trying to get the puzzles done as fast as possible. If you're ever kind of wondering as to a particular portion of a puzzle or the logic used in working out a certain area of a puzzle, just if you leave a comment on any of these videos. My channel is not so large that I won't get back to you and answer and try and give a hand and try and explain how that worked out as a rocking horse. Really a rocking horse. Even like I have these puzzles cleared before. Ooh. There we go. But yeah, even if you were to see the thumbnail for some of these, like it doesn't particularly help unless you've got an insane memory, because of the way Picross fills in the puzzles at the end of each stage. Sometimes they use like a negative imaging stuff, so you will get an exactly inverted picture of what's presented. Again, unless you have a very, very good memory, it is unlikely that you'll be helped much by having done a Picross puzzle in the past. It would kind of be the equivalent of looking at the cover of a box of a jigsaw and seeing that the picture should be a car, and then trying to arrange all of the pieces that came out of the box in the shape of a car. It wouldn't quite be a solved jigsaw. Just try to make these as fast as possible. If you've come into these looking for a particular puzzle, you can just scan your way through, or if you just want to chill out and watch how Storm's brain works, you're more than welcome to. I don't make too much use out of social media, but I have been trying to keep in contact with the people who comment on like my videos on here, so kind of making use of YouTube as a bit of social and also some media. But yeah, I just said I would try my hand at uploading some useful content and some stuff that I just enjoy myself and kind of wanted to keep as a record. And like, yeah, I put up Asphalt and indie reviews daily on this channel, but I just kind of wanted to make some use out of a capture card that I picked up as a means to learn a skill and do some stuff whilst yeah, kind of unable to do my regular job. I've been having kind of a bit of fun with it, and hopefully from what I see with the comments that people leave, I can see that some people are enjoying and making use of at least some of my gaming, air quoting here, skills. But yeah, I do love to I'm not overly competitive when it comes to video games, but I do love to get the most out of single player stuff mostly, which is why you'll see me doing events in the likes of Asphalt and trying to get all of the times and everything checked off in those, whereas less so you'll see me uploading videos of the multiplayer aspect of said games. I do play the multiplayer obviously of certain stuff, but I kind of tend to not get as bothered when multiplayer doesn't go well, because it's versus other players, whereas when it's the game setting out a challenge with a single player mode, I do kind of feel like I should be able to get this right. The developer has created a challenge for the player. Oh, there you go. It's very rare that a developer sets out a challenge for the player of, see if you can achieve this time while getting knocked down by 20 racers at the same time, or yeah, camped and such in online shooters and things. It's just like, those are very player versus player challenges, should we say, and yeah, tend not to let them kind of get to me or get too worked up about them if things don't work out. Hey, trying to keep it at 130 range here for all these 10 by puzzles. For any puzzle that's kind of like the 10 by 10, I try and just make sure to keep the time under the 3-minute mark for my own skills at least. But obviously, like, everyone is different when it comes to how you work out these kind of puzzles. Obviously, if you're new to Picross, you're gonna have a far kind of more careful time with it of working out where all the pieces go, and that's the main thing. It's like Picross doesn't really reward you for fast times. I just play these quickly because yeah, I've played quite a lot of them, so there is quite a lot of math which I don't need to work out, or that I've done so many times that it is just second nature. It's like, oh, apply that 3 and 6 there. It's like, I've done it so many times before. It's like, alright. But yeah, no, it's always just a case of in these Picross puzzles, it's just a case of like, check vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal, and just go back and forth and back and forth. And obviously, like, on the 10 by 10 puzzles, That's a lot easier to do than the 15 by 15, or as they start to get even larger again. It's just, you have to find yourself slowing down more. That's why I have the series of videos where it is actually just a single puzzle in the one video. Yeah, like I say, just uploading these guys as more of a, kind of want to say, library for myself, as in having finished these. And I just love the fact that YouTube allows you to just keep a log of games that you've played in a kind of a more openly public place, so other people can chill out, enjoy, and see kind of what a game might offer to them if they were looking at possibly picking it up. Like I say, I do those first look indie reviews, and like, I'm sure the audience for such a thing might be minuscule, but at the same time, for the people who do love little indie games or enjoy seeing the reactions of a person to an indie game for the first time and going, huh? What's this game asking me to do? Then, yeah, they might be somewhat enjoyable. And for those players or viewers, I mean, yeah, I hope you do enjoy the content. These videos are for me to log, like I say, and for you guys to watch, comment, and let me know if there's anything that you would think I should do better. I do appreciate feedback and stuff on all of this, because like I said, I did start off with this stuff in the last month of uploading. As much as this channel has existed for quite a while, I hadn't done anything with it really since yeah, years back. Oh, and I use it for uploading some highlights from Overwatch, which I think Overwatch let you upload like videos that were a couple of seconds, and they have these crazy banners and kind of like pre-roll stuff that's on the videos. They're really, it's not a great uploader that Blizzard stuck onto that game, but sadly not a lot of the stuff to do with Overwatch was really good in my opinion, just the later stuff especially. They took what could have been a golden goose and kind of killed it a small bit. Hey, 126. Again in that 130-ish range. For Dugong! Not the Pokemon. And it is Adult Shark. I'm not going to say it anymore because I don't want this demonetized. As a derivative work of some form of baby shark. Ah. I'm always kind of slightly annoyed when I'm trying to work out one difficult piece of math, and then I look and there's like an obvious answer pointing out from something else. It's like, hey, could I just looked at this? Whoops, there. 104. He's getting faster. If you want the in-depth, slower guide to how these are worked out, change the playback speed. That'll really help. You can watch as these get slowed down, very slowly worked out. And you can listen to my voice sounding like I'm underwater. But no, I have like in detail, in-depth guides to the later on stages of this, where I kind of go through each aspect of them and what I'm looking at to get the clues. But these early puzzles, realistically, it would just be me constantly saying, you know, that is a fundamental area of working out in Picross. I think the repetition of me saying it would be far worse than me not saying it, I was just gonna say. But yeah, if you do have any questions regarding Picross and how the game series works, or where even is a good idea to jump in, because like I said, this is actually the 6th game from Jupiter on the Switch in Picross titles. As much as it's called Picross S4, because they have Picross 1, 2, and then they brought out that Kimono one, and then they brought out 3, and then they brought out the game which has demons in it. I can't think of the name of that one, but yeah, like there is a lot of them, and the first game doesn't have the ability to count with that button that I'm holding there by pressing R. So it's just kind of like they added in some nice quality of life features just to make them that bit easier and kind of more just, yeah, like I said, just enjoyable to play. So definitely, I think that holding R part was introduced in Picross S2, potentially. But yeah, it's kind of, it's difficult to go back to that first game and redo some of those puzzles without it, just because I tend to use it without even thinking. Whereas when it's missing, it definitely involves quite a lot more of going like across a puzzle square. There would be a lot more head bopping in those videos. Another 108. I think it's the last video. Will from Guardians of the Galaxy. Awesome. It's a shame YouTube doesn't have like a highlights function, the same as what you call it, Twitch does. It could be handy for dividing these out. I'm not quite sure as to how to label these in terms of if people were looking for the individual puzzles. But these Picross games are definitely a really good way to kind of clear the mind and just chill out. As much as I don't really advise playing them ever at nighttime when you're very tired, because they do just kind of get a bit confusing if you're not fully with it. But like as a way to just chill out and not think about anything other than just a screen. Oh wait, I can figure out all this. But yeah, just to chill out and just have one screen full of numbers to work at for a while. They are pretty awesome. And ooh, nearly 2 minutes for this dog, kangaroo, dog, horse. No. I seen what that name of this thing said, but I didn't recognize what that is. It might be something that needs some localization explaining for an Irish person. If you do like any of these videos or make use out of them, I really appreciate any feedback, comments, or likes and dislikes and such. Even a subscribe is awesome, but obviously I know that, yeah, people have their channels and stuff sorted out. Yeah, even just some comment feedback of, this video chain sucks. Excuse me. It's obviously, yeah, not the best way to get it, but I still appreciate any kind of feedback. And I try to take in the good and leave out the bad as much as possible. Not always possible, obviously, when it comes to comments, but hey, we do what we can. And yeah, it's a field horsetail. That must be, I'm guessing, some sort of an American thing. Field horsetail. It's definitely not a plant that I believe we have here in Ireland. I could, of course, be wrong. Computers are more my fields, not horticulture. I do love going back to some of these starty puzzles sometimes, though, just the when they give you lots of information that you can use. The last few puzzles that I'm on to in my main game, I'm up to puzzle like 149 now, and whoa, it's tough. Enjoyable, but still slightly self-conscious about uploading a video of stuck for 10-15 minutes looking back and forth trying to work out the next step to take. It's the same as kind of my asphalt stuff. Somebody commented on the fact that like I make something in asphalt look incredibly easy. I'm just like, you realize that there is 20 other videos that are also on my hard drive where I exploded into a wall. Hey, it's the kitchen sink. So we now have everything. And a what? Okay. When I finish this, I will try and pronounce that. Yeah, the actual series that I've been kind of putting the most time into in terms of videos though has been that the indie review stuff on here, but I'm just trying to work out in my head, I'm like, who would be the perfect audience for that? And I think I'm not sure yet if I have enough subscribers where people would like watch something that isn't it directly of use to them. So like an indie review for an indie game you're not going to buy isn't much use. But at the same time I'm trying to make them as entertaining as possible. Well, we'll see. I'll throw stuff to a wall and see what sticks. Such as my bomb cooking. Bomb chicken? Bread. It looks like bread or a Swiss roll. Or a Baumkuchen. Sorry if I ruined the pronunciation of that word. You know what it's supposed to sound like. Leave it in the comments down below. Also, give a like and a share and a subscribe. And follow me on Facebook, and Twitter, and MySpace, and Bebo, and Twitch, and Google Plus. That was one. Here we go. Alright, that's the end of this. And yeah, I'm gonna stick those up and hopefully check out some of the other videos on my channel, from Asphalt to indie games to crazy ones of puzzling. Okay, thanks for joining me for this one, and we'll chat you on next.